Okay, real quick, just starting off, good week, a short week, but good week preparation for the Louisville team. Good football team, well coached, highly talented. Louisville Ball Club coming in here to play in the Dome. Gonna be excited to get back in the Dome with our fans and our players. Just looking forward to going head to head with a very good football team. Kind of neat to go back against an old Big East foe and kind of rekindle that that competitive nature we had with them a few years ago when we were in the Big East together. So with that, any questions?
Take your questions for Coach. Jesse.
I know you guys maybe wanted to get a little more of a pass rush. So what have you seen on film, and then maybe during the week what have you been working on to maybe better that against Louisville?
Well, we'll just stick with what we do. I think we've had good pressure on the quarterback this year for the most part. I think we have 13 sacks right now. The whole key to pass pressure starts with your ability to shut down the run, in my opinion, especially in the early phases of first down, trying to create second down and long type situations, and then attack the scheme. They're a little bit different than a lot of people. Coach Petrino has done a couple things with keeping tight ends on the field to try to keep you out of getting into three-down situations. And then he's done a nice job with, moving his offensive line. They've been flopping strong and weak. And if you notice in the depth chart, they also list a bunch of guys that say a name or at this two or more positions. So it's kind of interesting. So I think he's trying to protect guys that he's still bringing along. And he's an excellent quarterback guy. So those two kids will be ready to play. And I think they're both quality quarterbacks. But I think the pressure thing really starts with winning on first down, and then giving yourself an ability to attack the tendencies that they put on the computer reports.
Other questions for Coach? Stephen?
Having those two quarterbacks and not really knowing who's going, how do you prepare for that? Do you have two different scout quarterbacks, or what's the?
No, I think both kids are they're a little bit different. I think Bonifant probably is got the edge, the young guy, with his ability to take off with the ball. But the one thing about Coach Petrino is he's very systematic with the way he runs his offense and what he asks those quarterbacks to do. So you're not going to have two different offenses when one guy's in. So, for the most part, we're gonna see an offense that stays true to what they are, which is an offense that breaks their tendencies all the time. Short week. I'm sure they'll try to stay with what they've had success with. But I'm sure I know Coach Petrino will have some good wrinkles in the game plan for us.
Nico.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Nico.
The question I had was, the Maryland game put up all these yards. The offense was great last week. It was the defense with all the turnover. Do you feel like you guys are just on the cusp of putting this thing all together and really bursting out here?
Well, I do. There's been a lot of good. There's been a lot of good improvements across the board. And we just got to put it all together. I think our offense, they need to do a good job just playing football when they get in the red zone and not tightening up. They got to play with flow. Defensively, it was great to see the turnovers, great to see the hard hitting. I thought the kids played extremely physical, but we got to eliminate the big play. The big plays got us the last couple weeks, and eliminate the big play, make them earn it by driving it, and stay true to what we believe in. Stay with the plan. I think both Coach McDonald, Coach Bola have done a great job with what we're trying to be and who we're trying to be. And the way you get to that point is to work to it, and you stay with what you believe in, and you stay with what you set out to do. You have minor adjustments along the way. You're tweaking things, but there's been a lot of positives. I thought the offensive line protected Terrell extremely well against one of the better blitz packages I've seen in Notre Dame. So there's progress there. Now we didn't get the run game going the way we needed to. We didn't maintain and sustain our blocks the way you have to up front against a very talented group. And we'll have our hands full this week. Number one rush defense in the country, number 3 total defense in the country in Louisville, and you gotta tip your hat to what they've been doing, and you gotta also give Charlie Strong a lot of credit for bringing those kids in because they are talented. They're too deep, can run and hit. So it'll be a great challenge. But I'm pleased. I'm pleased with a lot of things, and we're working hard at the things that we're not pleased with right now.
Nate?
Dyshon, Camden guy, Camden native.
Yeah.
How would you kind of encapsulate his growth over the last 4 years? And you obviously like recruiting inner city guy. Do you see some Camden in him when he plays?
Yeah, with Dyshon, extremely proud of where he is academically. He's got great balance with what he does. He's been a diligent worker off the field, and I think that's why he's had a lot of success on the field. He's a tough kid. Heck, when we brought him in, he didn't know what he was going to play as a freshman. He came in, he's like, "Coach, where are you going to start me out at?" And we walked down to the equipment room, and I said, get him bigger shoulder pads, and make sure his helmet's pumped up with air because you're going to play linebacker. He's like, "Okay, Coach, I got you." That's how it all started. He's a very unselfish guy that just wants to win games, and as you know, he's got a great personality. He's fun to be around. And he's also really done a nice job taking a lot of the younger players underneath his wing and showing them the ropes. And just excited about the way he played well last week. He played a good football game against a very good Notre Dame team. One of his better games, to be honest with you. With all the things that we grade and that sort of thing, he played fast and physical. So.
Steve?
I think it was near the end of last year, you mentioned how George was kind of still learning a little bit as an offensive coordinator and as a play caller, understandably, in his first year.
Mm-hmm.
So through 4 games this year, how would you kind of assess how he's called the games? And is the process changed at all? Is there anything different that you guys are doing this year with that?
No, I think George is doing a great job. I'm looking forward to seeing, how we come out against Louisville and everybody else the rest of the season. In some of the more crucial situations where we've hurt ourselves, it's been, situations where we get a holding penalty after a touchdown, or we flinch on a 3rd and 1 and it turns into, 3rd and 6. So I've been pleased with the way Coach McDonald, the offensive staff, has been working at it, and then the improvements that I've been seeing that are measurable from my point of view, watching every day of practice and comparing and contrasting where we were and where we are now.
Anything else for Coach today? Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
You got
Thanks
it.
for coming, everybody.